We have already seen lots of flagships this year, but this particular one is quite late to the party. The LG G4 is a flagship that many have been waiting for. While we are not sure if Malaysians are going to be able to buy this device, we have been extremely fortunate to receive the phone from the folks at LG US. So, what are my thoughts on the phone for the past 2 weeks? Let's find out in the full review. The G4 isn't made of a full metal body like most of its competitors, and the phone neither comes with a cheap plastic build material like Samsung. The phone's design language isn't a major departure from its predecessor, but fortunately, LG has given the phone a slimming job and a slightly curved body, which at times you could actually get it mistaken as the curvy G Flex 2. As usual, the power button and volume rocker is placed on the back, leaving no buttons around the aluminum chrome coated frame, which is great for ergonomic use. The 3.5mm headphone jack and micro USB port are located at the bottom, while an IR blaster and secondary microphone is located at the top. One of the things I love about the G4 is the nice high quality plastic back cover, and the real deal here is that it is removable, giving you the choice to swap its 3000 mAh battery, change your SIM, and expand the phone's 32GB built-in storage, which is a feature that major flagships have removed this year. The G4's performance internals might not be the fastest, but it still delivers a speedy smartphone experience. We have a 64-bit Snapdragon 808 hexa-core processor clocked at 1.8 GHz and paired with 3GB of RAM. The phone's 5.5-inch IPS display packs 538 pixels per inch with its Quad HD resolution. The new 16-megapixel rear camera sports the f1.8 aperture with a dual-tone LED flash and crazy fast laser autofocus. The front camera gets a significant megapixel bump to 8 megapixels, and it takes brilliant selfies. The phone's wireless features include Wi-Fi AC, LTE Cat 6 support, NFC, and Bluetooth 4.1. Despite having a huge 5.5-inch display, one-handed usability is very manageable thanks to its slim bezels. Knock code works great as the phone doesn't turn itself on while in our pockets, and I absolutely love the screen's visibility outdoors. Out of the box, LG has loaded up its Optimus UI software based on Android 5.1 Lollipop. While its default icons look flat and cartoonish, which reminds us of Samsung's TouchWiz, LG doesn't fill up the phone with bloat, and therefore, I got a snappy and responsive experience despite running on a less powerful Snapdragon 808 processor. LG software is all about getting straight to the point. If you have been using the vanilla flavor of Android, you'll get used to it instantly. Or if you prefer to spice up the experience a little, LG has a modest theme store that lets you download high-quality themes and make things a little more interesting. Diving deep into the phone's software, there are a couple of features I love. Content Lock lets you lock individual pictures and memos stored on the phone with a pin or pattern. The included note-taking app allows you to export drawings and notes into PDF. Q-Slide lets you use apps in a floating window, which makes multitasking great, and you can customize up to 5 home touch buttons. The built-in music player is also ready to support high-res audio files, and despite having the loudspeakers placed at the back, the speakers still manage to produce some impressive audio quality even when laid on a flat surface. Overall, I'm satisfied with the experience that LG has provided on the G4. Even though there are some rare software hiccups at times, I find them to be manageable. The G4's camera is probably the best smartphone camera I've used this year. The 16-megapixel camera is an extremely capable shooter even in the poorest lighting conditions, all thanks to the f1.8 aperture, optical image stabilization, and laser autofocus. It is also able to achieve a maximum sensitivity of ISO 2700 and a crazy fast 1/6000 millisecond shutter speed. I'm very impressed with the camera controls that LG has offered on the phone's manual mode, and to be honest, the phone's camera has been the substitute for my DSLR many times. 4K video recording on a phone is impressive, with audible sound and decent stabilization. Unlike any other flagships this year, LG has not gone for the fastest and beastly processor offered by Qualcomm. The phone's temperature maintains comfortably warm even when GPS apps are used for around 30 minutes, and this is a phone that you can really game for a long time. Benchmark results aren't the best among its competition, however the phone should be able to provide you a speedy hardware performance for the next couple of years. Battery life on the other hand is decent. One day of heavy usage will get you through a single working day, And not to forget one more thing, the battery is swappable. Our LG G4 works well on Malaysian networks. LTE performance is great and callers have no issues hearing from our end, and we have not experienced any drop calls on the phone. The G4 is the most impressive smartphone I've used this year. It doesn't need to have a beautiful metal body or the most fanciest software experience to top the charts. The hardware flexibility, reliable software experience, and the great camera is sufficient to grab your attention if you ever want the best of almost everything. All in all, LG have done stuff that Samsung's flagship should have been this year. Premium isn't everything on a flagship, but flexibility is definitely one. The LG G4 gets a score of 9.1 out of 10. That's gonna do it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching the full review of the LG G4. This is really one of the best smartphones that I've ever used this year. So LG Malaysia, make sure you bring this baby in because everybody should be waiting for this flagship from you. So once again, if you like this video, do help us by clicking on the thumbs up button and leave comments down below if you have any questions on the G4, or if you would like to see more videos such as comparisons on the LG G4 with other phones that we might have in our labs right here. So my name is Warren. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media, and we'll see you again in our next video. This is the LG G4.